Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another brand new episode of Collider Games Podcast. My name's Dennison. I'm here in studio with...
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Dorian.
And also on Skype, we've got Caboose. Caboose, how you doing?
Doing good. Excited for the new year to keep talking about games here.
Talking about games, and you'll be here in a couple weeks.
Yes, so that's right. I think we confirmed this before we went on break that, yes, I will be in LA for the Mortal Kombat 11 reveal event. And I'll be in studio, you know, we'll be able to film the podcast there and everything. It's going to be great.
Yeah, and we'll shoot some other videos. I don't know when the embargo is for the Mortal Kombat stuff, but I'm sure we'll shoot something about it. And whether we release it that day or release it whenever the embargo comes up. So
for sure.
That should be cool. Hope everyone had a good break. We did do our top video games of 2018, you know. You know, some people were excited to hear our thoughts. Some people were yelling at us. But that's the way it goes. So, you know, kind of in the same spirit of the beginning of the new year, we are going to talk about the games that we're most anticipating and looking forward to in 2019. But before we get to that, I guess a little piece of news dropped. Caboose, can you tell us a little about this this Marvel game?
Yes, so it was officially confirmed today that a brand new Marvel game is in development, and this is coming from a studio called Second Dinner. Now, a lot of the folks who are working over at Second Dinner, the studio was essentially formed by former Blizzard employees, and it's the guys that have moved over here, the guys who used to work at Blizzard. They're most notably, like, they're known for their work on Hearthstone. Yeah. It's like this card game, you know. I think it's based on Warcraft, if I'm correct. So that's why, like, come to expect that this Marvel game is probably not going to be something on a huge scale like a Spider-Man game, you know, or like the Avengers game that we have rumored. It's probably going to be something a little more toned down, a little more smaller scale, but still, it's exciting. You know, Marvel Games has really been pushing this landscape, and with Spider-Man being as good as it is, and now having such a top-tier developer like Square Enix working on an Avengers game, I'm excited for the future of Marvel Games, and this is just good news to hear.
Yeah, I know Hearthstone is a pretty big game, and it's kind of like, I'm imagining like a video game version of Magic the Gathering. Yeah, using cards and whatnot. And yeah, so when the first title, because there's two kind of headlines that have been coming out, right? The former Blizzard developers working on a new Marvel game. Then there's the Hearthstone developers working on the Marvel game. So when I read former Blizzard, I was like, oh my God, what are they going to do? Like an RTS or something, you know what I mean? Or like an MMO or something crazy like that. And then when I looked, okay, it's really the Hearthstone developers. And so usually people hire you to do similar things that you've done in the past. So it may be more along that lines where it's like a Hearthstone, but it's using Marvel characters.
What I was thinking, it was because they recently came out with Marvel Rising. It's like that. It's like their version of a lower scale Avengers, where it's a bunch of different characters together. Like you have different version of Captain America, you have Daisy Johnson from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you have a bunch of those characters, and they they said they had plans on like expanding it, adding Shuri and Riri and all, Riri Williams, and so they're like talking about expanding the show and expanding all these characters. So the first thing that came to my mind is like they're probably going to do something with that, like relate like something on a lower scale, something like a card game version of incorporating all those type of characters that they're using on the show and throwing them in something like that.
Yeah. So we just want to talk about it a little bit. You can check out the video on the Collider Games YouTube channel that Caboose did and give your thoughts there. All right, let's get into our main topic of today. You know, there's not a lot of huge news, obviously, in the video game or even in the entertainment world in general in terms of like movies and TVs, a lot of stuff like industry news doesn't really get released around this time. And, you know, now we're getting into not so much a slower time because there are still some good titles coming out soon, but just it's not like the holiday season, right? Where it's just like AAA after AAA titles are coming out. Dorian and Wendy, we put up their review of Smash Brothers, Ultimate on Nintendo Switch. That just, you know, came out right before the holidays. So what games are we looking forward to the most? We'll each list off, not like a top 5. We're not going to list them in order or anything like that. Just what we're looking forward to. And then we'll cover some that maybe even none of us are looking forward to, but I know probably other people will at least mention them. Okay. Let's start off with you, Caboose. What are you looking forward to?
I mean, I think right now what I am most excited for is Mortal Kombat 11. I've been a pretty big fan of the franchise. Probably when I shouldn't have been. I was a lot younger when I was introduced to this franchise. So, I am excited, though. Mortal Kombat 11, although we really haven't seen any gameplay, just everything that they've kind of said is going to be in the game gets me intrigued. And what NetherRealm has been doing just with Injustice and with Mortal Kombat in the last 5 or so years, they've just been constantly innovating and adding new features and really pushing the limits of fighting games in general. And they help out their competitive scene. They help out with the general audiences that normally get these games. And they've been putting out great games for the last 6-7 years, starting from Mortal Kombat 9 through to Injustice 2 and now with MK11. So I'm looking forward to that right now. I think that's my number one. We've talked a lot about Anthem, Dennis. We have the same kind of stand on this, in that very cautiously optimistic.
Yes.
I'm excited for it. It looks good, but it's also EA, so we'll see how that turns out. Division 2 looks pretty fantastic. I mean, the little snippets that we've got of it. I wasn't a big fan of the Division 1. It was kind of just a couple hours, you play it, you have a little bit of fun, and then you get bored of it type of game. I heard, though, that it had a ton of updates and new features added into it later on, that it ended up being a really great game. But Division 2 looks great. I'm excited. I want to see what changes were implemented, and hopefully there's more longevity here. And then, although we don't have a release date for it, I did want to mention Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yes.
Yeah. Love this franchise. I know it's exclusive to the Nintendo Switch.
So that you'll be picking up a Switch then.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But I know, just hearing that, some people are a little apprehensive, but I think it looks like a ton of fun, and I'm intrigued to see what the full roster is going to look like. Are we going to get those Fox Marvel characters? We have Wolverine, but are they going to expand, give us the Fantastic Four as well? I wonder. But yeah, it's going to be a great year for games, that's for sure.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat comes out on April 23rd, so it's not that far. I mean, it's a few months away. It's crazy to think 2019 April's not that far away. Anthem, February 22nd. That's right around the corner. That's 2 months. I mean, the graphics on Anthem look fantastic. I know you and me, Caboose, are more worried about what kind of microtransaction. We're also worried about the story. They're trying to pitch the story, and if they pull it off, cool. But nothing from the trailer has led me to be like, oh my God, that's going to be amazing. Or is it just an add-on, oh, this is the basic storyline, but really just fly around? Because it's supposed to be an open world thing where you go on missions together with whether you want other players or computer assisted people coming with you.
Even if the story is just serviceable, but I can have a lot of fun with the online mechanics and the open world, then that'll be enough for me. I want a good story, but even if it's just okay, but the gameplay is great, I'm there. I'm sold.
Dorian, what are you looking forward to? I know one of them that you have on your list for sure.
So the first one on my list of the games I'm looking forward to are playing more Red Dead Redemption 2.
Which we'll talk about in a little bit.
But so the first one, it's unconfirmed that it's coming out this year, but I'm hoping it does, is Last of Us 2.
Yes, that's the one I have.
Yeah, that's the top one I have on my list. And then like Caboose, I have Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I'm going to get a Switch for that, but I'm also planning on getting it for Smash and Pokemon Let's Go. And also there's also going to be another Pokemon game, a follow-up to Sun and Moon.
Yeah, I saw. So what is it?
They haven't announced the details or anything about it, but I know it's going to. I did keep up with Pokemon X and Y and Sun and Moon, so I'm definitely trying to play this one as well. So that's another reason I'm getting the Switch. And then this wasn't on my list until recently, but Rage 2. I saw the gameplay for
May
that.
14th.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that one as well. And Jump Force.
Oh yeah, that's next month as well. I think.
February 15th. We got Jump Force on February 15th. For myself, Last of Us Part 2, that's maybe there's a few of these. Let me talk about the ones that may be coming out this year.
Yeah, we don't know.
Last of Us Part 2 is one. Cyberpunk 2099, which I've talked about. It's you know, it's from whatchamacallit, why am I
CD Projekt
Red.
Yep.
Who did the Witcher series. That one, but that's still not confirmed for this year. We're just guessing it would be. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order by Respawn. The people who made Titanfall supposedly is coming out at the end of 2019. Okay. I want to say next year, but it is this year now. Now that we've crossed over into 2019, so it's supposed to come out the very end of this year. But you know how a lot of these Star Wars games go. They're not exactly gonna. You know what I mean? There's like no footage. There's no details. There's no nothing. So that's just more of, I think. What they hope for, but I just don't think I don't know if that's actually going to happen. Gears of War 5 also is one that's said maybe it's coming out this. I mean,
is that not confirmed? Okay.
I mean, they said this year. I've seen a lot of projects who get pushed back a little.
Okay.
At least that one had some footage to it at E3 last year, so it's probably further along and most likely. Halo Infinite is supposed to be coming out this year as well. I mean, I hope they can make that holiday deadline.
Yeah, I don't know if was that one confirmed for 2019?
I think so, or maybe it was just projected for 2019.
It might be.
But I mean, remember they're this is still going to be on the Xbox One, and then after that, the next generation is coming in 2020. There's no point in releasing a Halo game in 2020 when you're launching or at least announcing a new console in 2020. Like it just doesn't make any sense. This is to me 2019. Sure, I'm sure there's going to be some awesome games for the new systems in 2020 or for the current systems in 2020, but they're really going to start pitching their the new stuff. So I mean, I think the projected date or year is 2019. So that's another one. But I think Gears is I think at this point further along than Halo Infinite because they're using a new engine, and from what I was reading is actually the footage that we've seen of Halo Infinite was actually from their demo engine. It wasn't like from. It wasn't like.
Was that supposed to be like in-game footage from that trailer for Halo Infinite?
I think so.
It might have been because I know for sure that the Gears stuff that definitely looked like way farther along because they showed us like straight up a mission. From the story. But Halo Infinite, I do think that I remember like during the beginning of that trailer there was some mention that it was like in-engine footage kind of thing.
Let me see here.
So like I can see it potentially coming out this year, especially if PlayStation's not going to show up at E3, like this is Xbox's year to like really go all out and market the hell out of all the games that they got coming. So we'll see, but that is definitely one I'm looking forward to. I'm a huge fan of the Halo franchise, and it's good to see, especially just based on the trailer and seeing Master Chief's helmet and it being the classic Master Chief design. That 343 is like taking a step back and going back, from what I can tell, to the old ways of Halo. Not making anything too advanced. Just classic Halo and what made Halo good back in the day.
Yeah, we talked about they're bringing back the split screen.
Yeah,
the local multiplayer split screen. So definitely looking forward to that one. There's a few other ones that like. Personally, these are like some smaller games, like not smaller, but you know what I mean, like not as well known. Remedy Entertainment's Control. They did Alan Wake, Quantum Break, and Max Payne. This is their new game. They released like one of those, not really game footage trailers, but one of those story trailers, and they're big up on story over at Remedy. Like with how Alan Wake and Quantum Break were, like they're really kind of focusing on this kind of single player, kind of almost like TV episode like storyline. That's kind of where they're at.
Nice.
This is one was kind of under the radar. It only came on. I only found out about it. I'm sure some people know about this. Is this game called Atomic Heart, and it's by this Russian developer or company. It's like a very small company.
Okay.
And it's basically looks like Fallout and BioShock mixed together.
Okay.
Like if you watch the trailer, look up Atomic Heart. It's very cool visuals. It definitely has this Fallout feel. It's like a first person action RPG. It's set in like this like post apocalyptic Russia that has to do with like all these like robots and whatnot. But yeah, that's like it's the company's name is Mundfish. So
Mundfish.
Yeah. I think they had released this trailer all the way back in like 2017, and or maybe they announced it in 2017. The trailer came out in 2018, but this one is supposed to come out in 2019. So I'm gonna keep my eye out on it. So those are the ones I'm looking forward to: Halo, Anthem, Atomic Heart, Control. And then hopefully Cyberpunk if that actually does come out. Rage 2 you guys talked about, and then just I looked at a few other things on the list. Devil May Cry 5 is coming out on March 8th. Far Cry New Dawn, February 15th. Kingdom Hearts 3 on January 25th.
This month, yeah.
Yeah. Days
Resident
Gone.
Evil 2.
Yeah. Resident Evil 2 is, coming. We're actually going to get a preview of that as well. I think that same week that Mortal Kombat.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I was not paying attention for a second.
Resident Evil 2, they invite us to go see a preview of the game, the remastered version.
There's another one on my list.
Huh?
That game from Obsidian, Outer Worlds, is also is that projected for this year? I don't think there's an official release date.
I don't know. I mean, they showed the trailer at. Did they show the trailer at the Video Games Awards?
At the Video Game Awards,
yeah. And then that was, Obsidian, some of those are, former Fallout developers. It definitely has that Fallout feel to it.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm not exactly sure if it is 2019 or not. But remember, Obsidian got purchased by Microsoft, so that will probably be their last multi-platform game. And then they'll start working on that. Either maybe Microsoft liked that game so much and was like, hey, we want the next one to be exclusive to the Xbox or something like that, or they want them to make something similar to it. Who knows?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Those are the games. Yeah. Days Gone, April 26th. That's a PS4 only. I know. I think Dorian got roped into playing that.
No, what I was just about to ask. It's called Dreams. That's the one. That's the one I got.
But Days Gone was the one next to it that everyone kind of. Is this Last of Us Part 2? Like, no, it's not.
But that's actually on my list. That's what I was about to say. I don't know if it's considered an indie game, but it's definitely a smaller game. Is Dreams. The beta comes out for wide public release tomorrow, I believe. So I'm going to try to get it. But I'm kind of excited for it. Cool. Like, even though I had to sit there for like an hour and a half
playing it.
Yeah, playing it. But it was pretty cool. Like, it's basically you creating you create your own world and whatever you want in it, and you build your own video game. It's pretty dope. So I'm excited about that, just to see the creating possibilities from other people, because you can create a game and then you can put it on like their cloud and then go down and you can go download somebody else's game and play it and see what's cool. Up.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Days Gone. I know a lot of people are like, oh, another zombie game, but it looks interesting. And a huge shout out the protagonist of the game, Sam Witwer, former Star Wars movie trivia champion.
Yeah. We're actually trying to work with him on another thing. Hopefully it gets confirmed soon. But nice. It's video game related, so
cool.
And then for some of the old school gamers, Shenmue 3 is coming out August 27th. Supposedly.
I know it's been delayed like 100 times.
Yeah. It's a PS4 only, but it's also on PC. It's just PS4 is console exclusive.
Okay.
Which is strange because having it on the PC, it's like a PC Xbox ports aren't as difficult.
I'm really glad, Dorian, that you mentioned Rage 2, because I didn't really like Rage 1, but everything I've seen from Rage 2, all the trailers, it feels like it's going to scratch that itch that I have for the need of Borderlands 3. It has that same sort of like that style. It's also like it feels like Mad Max. It's crazy and it's out there, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. All right. Before we move on, we're going to move on to the next topic. What's up?
Okay, so I'm playing Mortal Kombat X right now online. So if anybody playing Mortal Kombat X online on the Xbox, if you see somebody that says it, like my username is Collider Games, so challenge me if you're about that life, but just know you will get whooped.
Oh, whoa!
Well, the gauntlet has been thrown. Dorian's calling it all challengers. Oh, I forgot to mention before we move to the next topic. One of your game of the years, Caboose, Celeste, is now available free. Is it now or maybe the second half? I always forget because the way Xbox Gold does it is like they always do like free games for like 2 weeks and then they switch to 2 games. So I don't know. Celeste is either free.
It's one of the games with gold right now?
Yes, it's either free right now or it's going to be free midway through the month.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So it's. Let me see here. Celeste is free for the entire month.
Oh, for the entire month.
Yeah. Available from January 1st to the 31st this month. Yes, get that game if you own an Xbox One. Totally worth it. Such a good game.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get that.
All right. So next to the next topic, this is something we've been wanting to talk about. We've already talked about it a lot, but it's the first time we get to include Dorian here. Dorian finally got Red Dead Redemption 2.
After
after the comments can stop yelling at him.
You know how often he kept saying, I'm getting it tomorrow. I'm getting this weekend. We'll talk about it next week.
Oh,
finally got it. When did you actually pick it? What was the day you actually picked it up?
So I guess Christmas Day, because my dad bought me 2 $50 gift cards to buy on the store. So I bought it Christmas Day, but I couldn't I started to download it and then
forever.
It took forever. And then by the time it was finished, I was already about to come back up here, so I didn't get to actually play it until I got back home the next day. So it's been about 5 days now since I've had the game, and I gotta say, I feel like a fool for waiting this long. I'm sorry, everybody. You guys were right. I should have got it the first weekend it dropped. I shouldn't have bought those sneakers. But now I'm back. I'm playing it.
Was it on sale at all, or is it still the same price?
No, okay, so it was $79.99, and they were
$79.99.
They were like holiday special. We're cutting it for 10%, so it was like $71.
Okay, you must have bought a different edition.
I got it said special edition.
Yeah, you got the special. I got the regular $59.99. I was looking
for that. I don't think that was a
option anymore.
Yeah, they were just like, got to buy the most expensive or get out. That's what you get for waiting so long.
Yeah.
So I haven't done online yet, but I'm on in the middle of chapter 2, and it's so dope, especially the cinematic mode. Except I've seen people online just using their horse and tripping and stuff, and I was like, that won't happen to me. And then I'm using the cinematic mode. It's kind of hard to switch sometimes between that, but it's so dope. And just playing it in general, because this is my first time playing Red Dead at all. So just jumping into this world, and now I'm just I have a bounty on me because I didn't know you couldn't just jump on other people's horses. So I was in town one day and then just jumped. I was like, oh, that's a nice horse. Let me see what's up. So I jumped on it, and then all of a sudden it was wanting and people were pointing guns at me. I'm like, hold up, what's up? What? Why are we doing this right now? So I have a bounty on me for $55. I only have $6, and then I started watching Caboose's video last night. But it said Caboose. I think I might have heard wrong, but it was after you get to a certain point, then you can get to this area. But I don't think I'm at the point where you were I don't think I'm far enough along to where I can do. I'm not sure.
You're talking about the money guide?
Yeah. I don't think I'm.
Or do you have can you just free roam around the map right now? Or
he's already past the snow. He's already past.
Yeah, I'm past the snow.
Yeah, then you should be able to go pretty much anywhere at that point.
It's just you have to find it yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
versus the map.
You got to unlock the map by traveling to areas. You know.
Because there's cloudiness around
the
something.
map is huge. The map is huge. You just you have to find it yourself.
And I had to take a break one time because it was I was supposed to go somewhere. I wish there was a fast. Is there not a fast travel option down the road?
There is, but it's not complete.
Oh, because I was like, all right, this is taking. I looked on the map, and then I would do it start going for 2 minutes, and I was like, all right, my closer. It was still far away. I was like, all right, I need to. It took me
Did you pop in a cinematic guide? Or cinematic mode?
Oh no,
Damn. If you do the tracking or whatever, the waypoint, and then you start riding towards that, and you're on that track, and then you put it in cinematic mode,
it just hands free. It'll just go. But
also, sometimes some bad shit happens.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You can use the stagecoaches too. In like every town, there's like a taxi basically.
Okay.
That you pay like $10 to go to different towns and stuff. And then when you upgrade your camp, you'll unlock kind of like a fast travel.
Fast travel.
But you have to be at camp, and then you can only fast travel to like the various different towns,
like the big towns.
Arthur is a G though. Like they have him doing everything. Like
dude, he's the workhorse of the group.
I was like, all right, do I get a break or something? I was like, no. Can you go do this? Can you go hunt this bear?
Nobody else does anything else.
I'm like, can I get some help? And then this old man was like, I'm too old for this. You got to hunt the bear alone. I'm like, all right, bro. I'll see you later then, I guess. But yeah, I was a fool for waiting this long.
Where would you put her? I mean, obviously you're not done with it, but like you had your top 5 list. Where's that shooting up? Is that shooting up into your top 5 list?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's knocking.
Well, what'd you had number 5?
I think I had it knocks Hitman. I had Hitman. Okay. Yeah, it knocks Hitman, and it knocks Tomb Raider, and it knocks what else?
So you probably have like Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man, and then
where'd you put God of War?
Spider-Man, God of War, and then Tomb Raider. So it's like it's right next to God of War right now.
Okay.
For me. So until and then I'm going right after I get off work. I'm going home and playing the rest of the night. It's so goddamn good.
Like when you beat the game, what you think of it?
All right, yeah, we'll do weekly checkups.
See, I don't mind so much. Like, okay, you steal another guy's horse. I can understand. The worst is like when you bump into somebody and they go all crazy and they call the police. Like literally, like
it's just an accident.
Yeah, you're walking down the whatever on your horse, and then you slightly teeny bump someone, and then they go ape crap, and then they start calling everyone, the authorities.
And then I have another bounty on me somewhere else, and it was just because I'm still getting used to the controls, and it says like RB to get one menu, and I accidentally pressed or RT, so I accidentally shot my gun, and it didn't even hit anybody. It went into like a house or like a wooden house or something, and then all of a sudden get a wanted, and then I get a bounty on me. I'm like, I'm just trying to figure out the controls. I'm not trying to hurt anybody.
Has your hate for the name O'Driscoll's risen since playing the game?
Wait,
O'Driscoll's. You know O'Driscoll's, right?
He'll learn more about it. He'll learn about who else? The Lemoyne.
O'Driscoll's are the guys at the very beginning of the game.
No, but why?
They're a bunch of punks.
Okay, yeah, no,
they're a bunch of punks.
Oh shit! Okay, that's like the main like who we're trying to take down or whatever. Like that big.
It's the other gang.
It's like an
gang. I was lost for a second because there's one. I went on one route and they were like, oh the O'Driscolls got it locked off, and I kept walking towards it, and then they just started shooting me out of nowhere. And I was like, all right, well, y'all can get these hands in. So I shot a couple of them before I started to run away.
They're a bunch of punks. They're like I remember one time walking, they blocked off a bridge.
Do you get? I don't want to ask. I'll just figure it out myself.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Like I'm not one. I don't go around like robbing people. I don't do.
Yeah, I want to be a good guy. I want to save people.
But if someone punks me,
you get shot.
Yeah.
I hate.
Then I do the whole like, oh, I'm pretending I'm backing away, and then I turn around and shoot them all. Can't block my way. I gotta get. So you places.
Shot all I was like, all right. I shot a couple of them, but they were like I was already low on health, so I just said, all right, fuck it, y'all won this one. But I snuck around and then got the rest of them from behind.
Yeah. Well, you're finally.
I finally fit in with the cool people now.
You're playing on the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
Oh, are you getting the 4K? Do you have 4K TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that 4K goodness.
I'm
beautiful.
Yeah, this is I think the first like actual game I bought on the Xbox One, and I don't regret it at all. I was
I just actually
the music,
because
before
I used to have a pretty low quality TV, and now I just recently upgraded like the super HD monitor, and I played Red Dead 2 again the other day, and I was like, oh man, this game looks so good. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I named my first horse Little Sebastian.
There you go.
Off of Parks and Rec. That is only right. And he kind of looks like. And if you're a Parks and Rec fan, he kind of does. I'll tweet a picture of it on Collider Games or something, but he does look like Little Sebastian, just a bigger version. It's a good game.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you finally got it after these many months, and that you're enjoying it as much as we did.
Rome wasn't built in a day. That's all I gotta say. Now I'm building it, and it's gonna I'm gonna have the best suit. And once I'm online, it's over for everybody. So I'll keep you updated once I progress in the story and get.
Well, that's the thing is once you go online, then you, me, Caboose and Fernandez can posse. We can posse up.
Oh man, we should posse up. That would be fun.
Somebody tweeted and was like, "If y'all are talking about Red Dead, we got to get Ken."
Oh,
Ken,
is Ken playing?
Ken Knapsack plays too.
Is he on Xbox?
I don't know. I gotta see. I actually think he's on PS4 because he played.
Screw him.
Oh yeah, I'm Team Xbox now anyway.
No, but the thing is, there's no crossplay like Fortnite, so you have to play with whatever. So like, if you have Xbox, I have Xbox, Caboose, and then Fernandez has Xbox, we can all posse up and take down some fools.
Going back to like the talk of games coming out in 2019, like I really wouldn't be surprised if Red Dead 2 gets announced for PC in 2019.
Yeah, that'd be.
I have a pretty good feeling that they probably.
Why leave money on the table? Why leave money on the table?
Exactly.
It's crazy. You already paid for all of the modeling, the voice acting, the story. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And it's already made so much money, it'll just make even more.
Exactly.
If they launch it on PC.
Yeah, you just take whatever profits. You already made a ton of profits. Take a tiny fraction of that to do a port.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it's game over.
Yeah. All right. Next subject, we got Netflix. This is a TV/video game related thing. Yeah. Very happy with The Witcher. This is a report. This isn't like official confirmation, but the report says that they are very happy with The Witcher and they're ready to greenlight multiple seasons even before the first one launches. And, this is of note because you have Henry Cavill as the main character, and Henry Cavill is supposed to be Superman. There's a whole like, is he or isn't he coming back? There's a lot of rumors like, yes he is, no he isn't. Jason Momoa said no, he's definitely coming. You know what I mean? Who knows? But if this gets greenlit for more seasons, then his schedule is going to be very full.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And maybe it's like, well, it's a screw you guys. I'll take this thing that they have a plan for me here.
And I'm assuming when he signed up for the first season, he's probably under some sort of contract to maybe come back.
Yeah. Yeah. So
something similar to what they would do normally for either like a DC movie or even like what Marvel films do. Every time they get a new actor, they sign them on like for 42 movies and something like that.
Yeah. I mean, this is a rumor. It comes from, let's see, a report. Casey Walsh of EIC of Geeks Worldwide, and he's also a known kind of DCU insider. This is what he's reporting. So I hope it's true.
Yeah, that's a real good sign. I mean, you don't usually hear about Netflix shows beforehand, before even they're released, about any news regarding a future season. So to get this type of news going in, I guess they're pretty excited about it. They're trying to, like you said, they're trying to get as much out of Henry Cavill as they can before he decides what he's going to do next in regards to the DCU. Netflix is like, if you're not going to use him, we'll use him. We'll milk all the fans, take all the DCU fans and bring them to Netflix.
Plus, this, if it's as good as they say, this is one of those kind of series that draws a lot. This isn't like, Netflix obviously has a ton of television series and movies and whatnot. And a lot of times they don't even market them; they just drop them. Right? They market the big ones, right? Like the Bird Box movie, which I haven't seen yet. They market the crap out of that, and tons of people watched it. The Bandersnatch, the Black Mirror stuff, but then there's a ton of stuff that they don't market. This is not going to be one of those. This is one of those ones they're going to put money behind because it's a fantasy epic with
and Henry Cavill's a pretty big star.
Yeah, exactly. So this is definitely something that they want people subscribing to Netflix for.
Would you consider? You just mentioned it real quick. Would you consider Bandersnatch a video game or a movie?
It's an interactive movie.
It's tough. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Playing it.
Yeah, after playing it multiple times, I don't know. I think I'd consider it a game.
It's in a gray area. I mean, it's like a lot of stuff.
It's tough because there have been actual like games that release on like consoles that are essentially the formula of Bandersnatch, where it's real actors and all that, but you make choices or you play through it, and it's very interactive. So it's like a mix of both.
Have you played Caboose?
Movie or game, whatever you want to consider it. I loved Bandersnatch. I thought it was really cool. I love Black Mirror as a whole, so I thought that was an awesome event.
It had me stressed, though. It had me stressed on the stupidest
Me
stuff,
too,
like between
man.
corn puffs and the other cereal. I was like, I don't know, but then it would come to be like chop the body or cut it up. I was like, all right, chop it up, it's fine.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it had me stressed on the stupid stuff, but yeah, it was really fun. It was a really fun,
I enjoyed
interactive thing. I hope, but it did delay season 5 though.
Yeah,
I don't know. If
I know. I wanted a whole season of new episodes.
That's what happens. What happens when you're trying to, on the cutting edge.
That's it.
All right. Next topic: Fallout 76. Been talking about a lot of Fallout 76.
Yes.
Bethesda released something on New Year's Day, promising new quests, new vaults, and also player vending, so that you can actually set up your own shop and sell your stuff. So you can sell off your you can sell off your. But I think when they mean by sell is like sell for, I don't know, maybe
right, but you can be a vendor.
Yes. Cool. Yeah, so you can sell, I'm assuming not for money, but for probably like atoms or something like that.
Yeah.
Or just do trading or whatnot. But I think it's just one of those things to encourage some sort. They're talking about like non-combat interaction. Obviously, we talked about the new PvP mode that they're going to introduce where you can fight anyone. And then this is just another thing. It's just another thing where it's like, okay, they're improving the game. It's just they're going to constantly keep improving it till the point where it's actually good game that people want to play.
Yeah, exactly.
But the problem is it's that the PR damage has been done, So
it's just we keep coming back to this, and it's the same thing I've always said is this is great. They're adding new stuff and they're listening and taking in community feedback. But is it too little, too late? Are we beyond the point of repair at this point?
What was the rush? That's my thing. They hadn't announced the game yet. They announced it at E3, and everyone, including myself, were thinking, okay, it'll be coming out the next year or whatever.
Yeah,
not the coming fall, especially for an online game that needs so much beta testing. I don't know what the rush was.
I honestly don't get it either. But like all that I'm hearing right now, what we were talking about previously, I think they were adding in a more riskier PvP mode, and now they're adding in all this stuff. What I wonder is when you say like a player can be a vendor, can I only be a vendor in whatever lobby I'm currently in? Like, is it something that has to be live,
or
can I can I drop in a vendor and be like go offline? People can buy stuff, and I'll just whenever I get online next, I can rake in whatever I've made or something.
I don't know, but I would assume that they'd want you to be there live or whatnot.
Yeah,
and just have your little shop. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think they just want you to interact with people. All right, that's it for topics for today. There's no, there wasn't anything major coming out, but we did ask for your Twitter questions online. If you follow us at Collider Gaming, Dorian is always there, tweeting out our content and asking people questions. And so, Dorian, what do you got?
Okay, so Jashawn Lawrence asked, will anything top Red Dead 2 this year?
For me, for next year, it's a possibility. I mean, Cyberpunk 2099 might be. Like, I don't think something like Halo is going to give me that wow factor, even though I love Halo, just because I've played Halo, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think if it were to be something, it'd probably be Cyberpunk 2099.
What about you, Caboose?
Yeah, if we're going under like the assumption that a game like Last of Us 2 or Cyberpunk, if those games are coming out this year, then definitely there's potential. Because before Red Dead 2, like up there with one of my greatest games of all time was The Last of Us. And The Last of Us 2, like everything we've seen so far just looks beautiful. So if that game lives up to its hype, I can definitely see it, maybe dethroning my love for Red Dead 2. But that's just under the assumption that the game will come out this year. Outside of that, like I'm not sure what this year that's coming out could get me to love it more than I did Red Dead 2. Also, Doom Eternal comes out this year, and I know some people are very excited for that as well. I got to play Doom because I heard Doom is like ridiculous fun. But I don't know. I don't know if anything coming out this year is going to top Red Dead 2 for me, but we'll see.
It'd be very, very hard, but I think the two that have the best chance are Cyberpunk 2099, Last of Us Part 2. Yeah. I think there's two.
Yeah, and that's just like if
they come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What's next?
Christopher Cochran asked, do you think one of the reasons why the Mortal Kombat movie reboot keeps getting delayed is because of the desire to cater to fans of the newer games, the old games, or even the 1995 movie? If not, what do you think is/are the reasons?
As much as I love the 1995 movie for its kind of cheesy and campiness, and it's a fun movie. No, they should not cater at all to the fans of that movie because seriously, like
it's way too cheesy.
Not only that, like it's just not. It's a small audience, right?
Yeah.
Like so they shouldn't go that way. They should go super serious. They should go R. Yeah, they should definitely. Take things from the newer games, but I don't think they should be beholden to that exactly. Obviously, don't change it like so significantly, but as long as they keep it within the ballpark, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the reason why it's being delayed. I think it's just, typically video game movies have had a hard time making money.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? Sure they don't give a shit about. Not they don't give a shit about else. Let me rephrase that. They care less about whether or not like it's of the utmost quality, and it's whether or not it's going to make money.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's just they haven't made a ton of money.
Yeah, and I'm sure just not that I know so much about the film industry, but I'm sure especially because of the run of video game movies and how just not a lot of them have been great, that we're just waiting for the right script to come along for it to kind of get greenlit. Because from what I understand, everyone who works on Mortal Kombat loves that franchise and would love to see it on the big screen. And honestly, Mortal Kombat out of pretty much any game is very easy to adapt on screen. There's a tournament to save the world where a bunch of people fight each other. It could not be more simpler to make. It's just a bunch of people fighting, and all you got to do is include the iconic characters, your Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Johnny Cage, Raiden, and all them, and you're good to go. Like it's really a simple concept. I'm sure it's just the right director hasn't come along, the right actors, the right script, all that stuff just hasn't come together yet. But I would love to see a brand new Mortal Kombat movie. I actually, because of my hype for MK11, I jumped down a rabbit hole on YouTube. And a long time ago, a couple of years back, there was a web series.
Oh, dude. Have you seen?
Yeah. What's his face? Kevin Tetchero.
I think so, yeah. Michael Jai White is playing Jax and stuff. Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool.
So I think they're going to go more down that route, a very serious, action-filled,
I think if they're trying to get both the demographic of the old fans and the new fans, you pretty much make it all serious and stuff like that. But you do introduce their kid, make them older versions of what themselves, and you do introduce the kids of the main characters, so that way you have you can set up future storylines for those if you really want to. But I think that'd be the way to do it. Introduce the kids so you got something for our generation as well.
And while I would love for it to be, just taken seriously and stuff, at the same time, do the cool fatalities, because the point of Mortal Kombat is it's a pretty intense game, but it's also the fatalities and all the stuff that is really gory and out there with MK11 is they don't really limit themselves in that department. They're just go crazy. In Mortal Kombat 9, you could literally do a finisher against your opponent where they turn into a baby. It's just Mortal Kombat has always kind of embraced that small campy side that they've always had. So I would love to see maybe even Easter eggs to it, hints to it, just always add that flavor that Mortal Kombat has. It's not the main part of the game, but it's there, Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Next one is from Sean. He asked, are you guys familiar with the Kingdom Hearts franchise? If so, are you excited for the Kingdom Hearts 3 releasing on the 29th?
I have not played the Kingdom Hearts. I know it's a game that some people love. I remember, what was it at E3 when I think during the Xbox press conference when they showed Kingdom Hearts 3, people went nuts.
Yeah.
From my understanding, it's an RPG that integrates a lot of different characters. I mean, especially the Disney franchise, but they've even pulled from different franchises as well.
I haven't played the. I've played a little bit of the first one, but I haven't played the second one. But I am excited for this one, just simply for the fact that we do get to see these Disney characters. You got there was a fake picture of Donald Duck holding a Glock, but I don't think he'll actually.
I don't think
Disney's
allowing that. Okay.
But I am excited for the game.
But we got like the Pirates of the Caribbean characters in there. You know, are the Incredibles in there?
I don't know. I just remember seeing.
I hope this is incredible.
Let's see.
Yeah, I haven't played the Kingdom Hearts games. I have a lot of respect for that franchise. I know it's huge, but I do know, from what I've heard at least, from some people that I know that are a big fan of the franchise, it's a very convoluted story. You know,
a lot of Japanese RPGs have very convoluted stories, and I don't know if it gets lost in translation, because of the translation from Japanese to English, or what? Because that happens in Japanese anime as well. Because sometimes when you watch anime, you're like, "What are they talking about?" You know. So I don't know.
And it's just finally coming out. I know it's been delayed and delayed and delayed, and that's what Square Enix does. Honestly, when they announce a game, good luck finding out when it's coming out. So it's good to see finally 100% it's coming out this month.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
The last question, but it's pretty much the topic of our whole conversation. What are the top games you guys are looking forward to in 2019 and why? So we pretty much answered all of that, but if you had to pick one game for this upcoming year that you're like the most excited about, you couldn't play any other games, what would they be?
Mortal Kombat 11 for me.
One game?
Yeah, one game.
I mean, for me, it'd be Cyberpunk 2099 if it's coming out.
Yeah.
But if it's not, oh man, that's tough.
Probably for me, it'd probably be Last of Us 2, like you said, if it is coming out this year. If not, then I want to say Mortal Kombat also, but there's also Marvel Alliance, but I don't have a Switch.
Yeah.
So until I get a Switch, I can't talk about these games until I got.
But I thought you were gonna get a Switch.
I am soon.
Are you gonna do what you did with Red Dead? Are we gonna be here 2 years later? Like, I'm getting the Switch this weekend. You know?
As soon as I finish Red Dead, I will make the move to get a Switch. But there's always I got to focus on one thing at a time. And it took me this long to get to Red Dead, so now I got to give it all my attention. So until
that game takes a lot of attention.
So I'm going to put an addendum on that, and then I'll move over into the one. I'll have it before Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Was that March?
I believe
Marvel
so.
Ultimate Alliance?
Yeah.
No, there's no release date yet. It's just 2019.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm assuming probably last quarter of the year. If they're not ready to announce it at the Game Awards, it probably fall kind of that time.
There's also no details on that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I mean, we're just assuming because it's Respawn that it's going to be something similar to Titanfall, but I don't know how you put that in the Star Wars
When
universe.
is Star Wars Celebration?
Man, it's actually not that far away because we actually, me and Christian have been talking about, because we got to set up for Collider Video. Because we went there 2 years ago in Orlando, so we're setting up for Collider to go there this year.
Okay.
I think it's in April.
Because I'd say there's a good chance we get like a first look at that game during Celebration.
That would be cool. Star Wars Celebration 2019. I know it's in Chicago.
Yeah.
Which I've been to, but not really been to. I've stopped by there. I don't count stopping by a place. Really being there. Like one time I went to Atlanta for a conference for work.
Yeah.
And like we spent 90% of our time inside the hotel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I did not feel like I experienced Atlanta. You know?
Yeah.
April 11th to April 15th.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if the game is planning to come out this year, then it's time to start letting people know about it. So I'm assuming we might get a first look kind of Star Wars Celebration and then maybe an extended look at E3.
Let me see here. Well, EA has the page up. It has Jedi, Star Wars Jedi, The Fallen Order, Respawn, and EA's distributing. Holiday 2019. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what they're shooting for.
Yeah,
but
I can see it happening. And honestly, Respawn is they're a great developer. Titanfall 2 is super underrated. Titanfall 1 is pretty underrated as well, but Titanfall 2 is like a huge improvement. And if they apply anything like that to the Star Wars game, I'm excited. I just hope there's a story, like an actual fleshed out.
Well, it says the story surrounds a surviving Padawan set shortly after the events of Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, okay. So it's between Episode 3 and 4.
Yep.
Cool.
So, yeah.
I'm intrigued.
We'll see. Let's see. Anything else?
That's pretty much it for questions.
No, anything else on your guys' radar you guys want to talk about game-wise?
Like I mentioned earlier, like Doom Eternal. I want to play Doom so I can get caught up because, everyone praises the hell out of Doom. Maybe if I get a Switch, I'll pick up Doom on the Switch.
I thought you were going to get Switch.
You are getting a Switch.
For Marvel Alliance.
Isn't Mortal Kombat going to be on Switch as well?
Yeah, it is.
That's
but
dope.
I want to get a Switch.
You're going to play on that controller, though.
That's true. Damn.
What's that?
I say you can't play Mortal Kombat on those the Nintendo Switch controllers.
Yeah. But I want to get they have like a pro controller that you can get for the Switch.
Yeah, you guys talked about it in the Smash review.
Oh, okay, nice.
That would be okay. I don't know. I still get it. I'd probably get it for Xbox One. It seems like all my future games.
Yeah, you got that 4K.
MK11 for sure. MK11 for sure. I'll mainly play.
Is it 4K?
Are
they gonna do a 4K version?
Probably. I just like Xbox on the One X and stuff. They do the whole enhanced updates for most of their games. I think Injustice 2 was Xbox One enhanced, so I'm sure they'll do it for MK11.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it for this episode of Collider Games Podcast. Remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, youtube.com/Collider Games. Subscribe to our podcast network. We're actually on the Collider Factory feed. We also have Collider Movies, Movie Talk, Heroes, Jedi Council, sports, all that good stuff. You can subscribe. Dorian, where can people find you?
You know where to find me at. On Twitter, you can find me at Dorian Parks and Rec because Parks and Rec is better than The Office. And then on Instagram, it's just Dorian Parks.
Caboose, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at CabooseEK, and right here covering all gaming news on the Collider Games channel.
And you guys can find me on Twitter at ThinkHero or Dennis.tzeng on Instagram. And I hope you guys had a good holiday and have a happy new year, and we'll see you guys next week.